All right, my friends, first the breaking news and then the more important news. Item from the New York Post: an ISIS-inspired would-be suicide bomber set off a homemade explosive device at the Port Authority bus terminal Sunday subway station on Monday morning, seriously wounding himself and injuring 3 others. The man, 27-year-old Brooklyn man, identified by high-ranking police sources as Akayed Ullah, had wires attached to him and a 5-inch metal pipe bomb and battery pack strapped to his midsection as he walked through the Manhattan Transit Hub. The man partially detonated the device, which he was carrying under the right side of his jacket, prematurely inside the passageway to the A, C, and E trains at 8th Avenue and West 42nd Street around 7:40 a.m. Unquote. My friends, I'm from New York. I've been in the Port Authority building. Here's the more important item, a related item from MSN.com. The Bangladeshi man suspected of trying to bomb one of New York City's busiest commuter hubs had no criminal record in his home country, where he last visited last September, Bangladesh's police chief said on Monday. Unquote. So, my friends, this piece of trash, who tried to blow up innocent men, women, and children in the Port Authority just this morning, he would not have been kept out of the United States, according even to the extreme vetting that the Trump administration is doing. Hadn't been arrested, wasn't a criminal, would not show up on anyone's radar, and yet he wanted to commit mass murder. Why? I'm not going to keep you in suspense, my friends. I'm going to tell you why. Because he believes his holy book tells him to do that. He believes that his God wants him to murder innocent men, women, and children. And so, we should not only be working to keep dangerous Muslims out of the country, because on the record, this guy was not dangerous. I can only say what I said before. In order to stop Muslim terror, you've got to stop Muslims. In order to prevent Islamic jihad, you've got to get rid of Islam. This guy would not have been stopped by any law enforcement agency. But as long as there are Muslims, there will be Muslim terror. There will be explosions, shootings, car rammings, stabbings. Now, you can be PC as much as you want. But until we ban Islam, we are sentencing innocent men, women, and children throughout the Western world to be massacred, butchered, slaughtered. That is what PC will get you. It's Monday. It's Riell Truth. We'll be right back.
United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Piccolo's restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver. It's not only the best Italian and Mexican cooking, it's the people who care. Give them a call, 303-757-5166, 303-757-5166. Piccolo. Chaplain Collins LLC salutes our emergency first responders for their professionalism, commitment, and bravery. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, the two locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 13 years. Visit them online at chapelcollins.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to Riell Truth. I am Howard Riell. Brand new week of stuff to talk to you about, beginning with Muslim terror. But you know what? Instead of, well, okay, all right, we'll begin with Muslim terror. If that's what you like, who am I to deny you? I will start with my colleague, Laura Ingraham, from her podcast today, referencing the attack in the Port Authority in Manhattan. Here's Laura Ingraham.
Breaking news here in New York City. Police have the city's
My friends, let me jump in here. ISIS put out a call for people to commit attacks in America and in Europe. Which people? Who are the people being urged by ISIS to begin killing Americans? Multiple choice test. Methodists. B. The Amish. C. Baptists. Yeah, let's not be silly. Let's not be silly. This guy was not on any criminal database in Pakistan, if they have one there. Bangladesh. Not affiliated with ISIS. He's simply a Muslim who's been here for 7 years, going along, doing his job, driving a cab, who decided, you know what, today I'm going to murder as many humans as I can. Now, that's not a problem. I mean, as long as there are no Muslims where you are. But if there are Muslims where you are who answer the call from ISIS, who believe that their holy book, the Quran, wants them to massacre human beings, well, then we got problems, don't we?
I'm just feeling that he.
Oh, excuse me, I don't know who this host is filling in for Laura Ingraham. What makes him think they're going to get any intel from him? There's nothing that I've heard that shows he's connected to an organization. He's simply a Muslim who lived in Brooklyn, who wanted to kill a lot of people. Maybe he built some kind of pipe bomb based on what he found on the internet. What other information are you get from him? Does he belong to a terrorist organization? Yes, it's called Islam. You know, we have this willful ignorance, this deaf, dumb, and blindness. And we continue figuring, oh, you can't profile Muslims because terrorism can come from anybody. Well, that's true. And those Pentecostals, you got to keep an eye on them. As long as we continue to play the PC game and be stupid, innocent people are going to die. We got lucky with this guy. He's enough of a jerk, so he only succeeded in hurting himself. What if it had been someone with a few more IQ points? Not connected to any terrorist organization except Islam. So you keep playing your games. You keep being PC. You keep saying, well, anybody can be a terrorist. Can't profile. And we'll continue to live in horror. Better! Maybe one day you will get a call that, well, we know your child was in the Port Authority. That I hate to tell you this, but
It's of anxiety.
things are not contained for the moment. There's about 1.5 billion Muslims in the world, and they're having babies every day. Where is the containment? Muslims are free to live in America, come in and out of America, so where is the containment? As far as I know, we're not monitoring what's going on in mosques across the country, only a few select ones. So again, where is the containment? What is there that says to you or to me that this won't happen again later today, tomorrow, the day after, on New Year's Eve? We got to get serious or we got to get lost. Because if we're not serious, we're going to be living in a burnt-out shell of a society where every day things go boom. We averted tragedy today in Manhattan by the grace of God. But I have to imagine he's up there thinking, guys, hello, wake up. And we sit watching sports on TV, surfing the internet, watching reality shows. Because come on, you can't profile Muslims. It's not nice. And that will be the end of Western society. And who will be to blame? Well, the Muslims, yeah, but mostly us. Mostly us. We'll be back.
Power has been provided with a reliable electrical power system in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant over your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom-tailored capabilities that modify emergency lighting all the way to commercial-scale power. Great Plains Power is a full-service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, design systems, and parts for do-it-yourself. 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal. Let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com. Your local DuPont Pioneer team doesn't take with you for the word go lightly, especially when it comes to foraging. Just ask your co-producers, folks like Amos Smith.
We have an awesome support team from Pioneer. I think that they're probably one of the reasons why we are successful.
And Bruce Cullum.
They'll come out anytime you want to call them and help us. You don't get that from all your other seed dealers. But these guys are here all season long.
As well as Ken Phelps. Did you know that the research that Pioneer's done, it really it shows, and that the cows really do well with it, so we continue to use it. Or Billy Rucker.
All in all, seem like Pioneer is always in the top. I bleed green, and I bleed green.
Want a team that's with you from the word go? That's DuPont Pioneer. Ask them about leveraging the silage zone resource to produce the highest quality forages for your operation. Pioneer, with you from the word go.
All right, guys, welcome back. The march towards truth continues. Here is Lou Dobbs from Fox News, special guest, and Coulter, talking about mainstream media and its lies, lies, lies. Go.
Political commentator, best-selling author.
This is the president. Absolutely correct, my friends. And the people who are looking at partisan party lines are completely missing the point. Even if you are a Democrat, first of all, you should be smarter than that. But even if you're a Democrat, at least when you vote for a Democrat, you're hoping that that person will represent you in the decisions that he or she makes. But if you're not going to vote for Republicans today, if you're not going to vote for Trump Republicans today, then you're voting for the swamp. You're voting for the hucksters and the hacks who don't care what you need. They care what they need. You're voting for the swamp if you're not voting for people who are following the Make America Great Again agenda. It's just that simple. You're voting for the phony baloney Tonys who don't care about you, don't care about your family, don't really care about America, only insofar as it allows them to continue stuffing money in their own pockets. Item from thehill.com. In an unusual display of bipartisanship, the U.S. House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed the Taylor Force Act, a bill to reduce U.S. funding for the Palestinians unless official bodies stop subsidizing the families of killers. Co-sponsored by Lindsey Graham, Dan Coates, and Roy Blunt, the Taylor Force Act was named in honor of Taylor Force, a West Point graduate who had served tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan and was stabbed to death while with a Vanderbilt University tour group in Israel. By any stretch of the imagination, the stipends offered for such killings lavish incentives to commit violence. The Palestinian Authority argues cynically that such payments relieve poverty. Alas, they do. However, they do so at the price of murders. Would passage of the Taylor Force Act halt or add to terrorist activities? The answer is obvious. Eliminating the incentive for terrorism will reduce its presence. Clearly, pathologies of the kind the world has experienced in the Middle East won't disappear, but the Taylor Force Act is a mitigating influence in the right direction. Unquote. My friends, listen to me. If you think America should be even-handed when it comes to helping the Palestinians and the Israelis find peace, the Israelis, like us, do everything they can to prevent terrorism. The Palestinians subsidize terrorism. They pay salaries to terrorists. They pay money to the families of terrorists. So it's not so hard to tell who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. Wake up!
Howdy, folks. Have you ever thought about having your own backyard chickens? Now you have a source for certified organic, no GMO, no soy chicken. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948. Or go to HappyHens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At HappyHens.biz, we love HappyHens.biz. Or call us at 303-829-5948.
Get a Nissan Truck Month today and save big on Nissan's family of trucks. Like the award-winning Frontier, Changing Power's highest ranked mid-size pickup in initial quality 2 years in a row, or the Armada, Titan XC, and Truck Trend's 2017 Pickup Truck of the Year, the 2017 Titan. Plus, every Titan is backed by America's best limited truck warranty, 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer today. Truck Month and these great offers end soon. Take on today. Save up to $12,710 on Titan XC or get Frontier starting at just $18,390. Nissan, innovation that excites. For well-qualified buyers, 2017 Titan XC, $8,500 cash back, $1,755 reserve bed utility package, $1,000 MAX, $1,450 at first dealer discount on select trim. 2017 Frontier excludes tax cycle license destination charge. Dealer says actual price. Finance through effect. Including U.S. stock. See dealer or call 1-888-858-8319 for details on offers, awards, and more information. End 10/31/17.
This one.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things
to be seen. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little ones at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13.
All right, folks, welcome back to Riell Truth. I am Howard Riell, and we're living in very, very, very dangerous times. I'm not talking about danger from Islam, although that is also very, very dangerous. I'm talking about danger from the deep state, from the covert bastards in our own government who don't want government by, for, and of the people, but they want government by them, for them. Here's Dick Morris talking about how the FBI is plotting against the President of the United States. Go. Rosenberg. Come on, Dick. My friends, we're about to hit a break. If you're having trouble keeping track of all this, let me make it real simple for you. The bad guys here are the people who hate Donald Trump. The bad guys here are the people who want Trump defeated because Trump is trying to give the government back to the people. It's the deep state that hates Trump and hates you and me. That's the simple bottom line version of it. Item. From Breitbart, a head teachers union will tell schools to be more supportive of LGBT teachers who want to reveal their sexual identity in the classroom, as it would make children, quote, better citizens of the world, unquote. So tell me, my friends, if you have kids in school, do you want teachers talking to them about their sexual identities? I don't care if it's straight or gay. What the hell is a teacher doing talking about his or her sexual identity to children? Insanity. We'll be back.
We know our government is out of control. It's no longer our servant. It's become our master. Listen to me. Liberty Forum with the Freedom Rider will answer the question, what can we do? Our freedom and liberty is at stake. It's time to act. Those who have given everything for this country would expect no less. Tune in to the new Liberty Forum radio show Friday at 9 a.m. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10. The Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver company, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you did when you called 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com. The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listener. Please help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsors' fine products or by calling 1-800-205-6245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help.
All right, my friends, welcome back to Riell Truth. Another colleague of mine by the name of Mark Levin has been saying some very, very good things And I want you to hear them. Here we go.
Strictly wealthy who claim to be
Now, friends, don't forget that the people on the left, the Democrats, they hate the military. They look down on members of the military. To the Nancy Pelosi's and Chuck Schumer's and Hillary Clinton's and Barack Obama's of the world, they are the unwashed masses. They are cannon fodder. Respect for the armed forces comes from the right, from conservatives. Remember that. Item from WorldNet Daily, Dateline DC. While Muslims jeer, Israelis cheer President Trump's Jerusalem declaration, prompting Jewish religious activists to suggest building the Third Temple is closer to reality than ever before. What he did was an enormous step in bringing the temple, said Asaf Fried, official spokesman for the United Temple Movement, an association of organizations working toward making the Third Temple a reality. He added, quote, "This necessarily had to come from a non-Jew in order to bring them into the process, so they'll be able to take their part in the temple." Fried sees Trump's role similar to the one played by Cyrus, the Persian king who ended the Babylonian exile and helped build the second Jewish temple. There have been amazing advances towards bringing the temple this year. It was clear that Trump was part of that process, guided by Hashem, or God, Fried declared. Quote. My friends, everything is guided by God, and I have no doubt that Donald Trump was put in place as president to do what God wants. It's the response to the growing jihad we see worldwide. God put a person who's a righteous individual, a person from the Judeo-Christian civilization, made him the most powerful individual in the world for a reason. Think on that. We'll take a break. We'll come back. And we'll wrap up today's show, my friends. More Real Truth ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Phillips, founder of the Green Earth.
Well, it had to happen. If Colorado legalized marijuana, most people thought the Green Earth was a marijuana dispensary. Also, it was legalized on January the 1st, 2014. The same day we opened our new location at 4565 Temple Street, 1.5 blocks south of I-70. There are 83,000 cars a day passing in front of our new location on Temple Street, and most of them thought we were a marijuana dispensary. So we changed the name of our retail store to New Genesis Health, but we kept the name of our Green Earth supplements. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, New Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-EARTH. That's 888-765-4372. And be sure to listen to the Healthy Nature Show with Linda Phillips every Tuesday at 1 p.m.
TLR Associates over want you to remember your life began at conception. So does the life of every yet to be born person. Baby and mother both lose when 1 in 3 women use abortion. Former abortion doctor Nathan said people do not understand that there are thousands of serious physical complications from abortion every year in this country. Abortion crises, severe guilt, depression, stress, anxiety disorders, sleep disturbance, suicide, violent behavior, sterility, increased risk of miscarriage and delivery complications. International Journal of Epidemiology reported abortion increases breast cancer risk by 90%. Every helpless baby has the right to life, too. This life-giving message is brought to you by TLR Associates in Boulder, providing a job well done for your home or business. Stucco, stone, and brick. Call TLR Associates in Boulder, 303-921-3310. TLR Medallion Brand and Stucco Protection serves the Boulder and northern Colorado area.
All right, let's finish up. 4 minutes to go. Item from Breitbart. Netflix talk show host and leftist activist Chelsea Handler stepped up her attacks on White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders this weekend by posting a video featuring an impersonator mocking Sanders' appearance. In the video posted to Handler's Twitter account, comedian Fortune Feimster wears a wig in an attempt to resemble Sanders as she runs through an exaggerated beauty routine. Quote, "I used to not know what foundation was, but our great president was kind enough to take me to Sephora, and he said to the boy, 'Hey, you see that fellow over there? Make him a woman,' Feimster, as Sanders says, in one of the many digs at the press secretary's looks in the short clip." Unquote. My friends, the thing I love about liberals is that they're completely against body shaming, completely against shaming anybody, making fun of anyone's looks. They never do that. They certainly never do it to a woman. I mean, unless they want to. I mean, you can't do it. If you say anything unkind about a woman or about anybody's body, well, they'll be all on top of you with the talons out. But liberals like Chelsea Handler, well, they can do it. They're okay. They're better than you and I are. They're more righteous. And so they don't have to do as they say. They can do whatever they want. It's up for us. It's for us to do what they say. And if they want to body shame people, they can. And if they want to be racist, they can. Because they're liberals, and so they are entitled. If you don't believe me, just ask them. Item. Also from Breitbart, Democrat California Assemblyman Matt DeBabney, Democrat, Woodland Hills, age 36, announced his resignation on Friday, just days after he was accused of masturbating in front of a lobbyist at a party in Las Vegas. DeBabney, who represents the 45th Assembly District, which is located in the western San Fernando Valley, will officially leave office January 1, according to the East Bay Times. Unquote. My friends, this goes along with the item I was just talking to you about. Democrats, liberals, are always better than you and I are. Now, don't worry if he's masturbating in front of a lobbyist. Don't do what he does. Do what he tells you to do. Because that's what liberals do best. Item. The plague of empty seats, which has befallen the National Football League, reached biblical proportions this week as teams continue to find it hard to fill stadiums. Naturally, a large number of players also continued their anti-American protests during the playing of the national anthem as Week 14 rolled into stadiums everywhere, and as a result, ticket prices are plummeting. The league is having such a tough time finding fans to fill seats that some tickets are selling for the unheard-of price of $3 each. Breitbart Sports reported on Sunday. In many cases, tickets are selling for prices lower than the cost of buying a beer or a hot dog at most stadiums. Even at these near giveaway prices, photos of empty stadiums are still chocking social media as the league's Week 14 begins. Unquote. My friends, if you still don't believe football players are stupid, if you don't believe that their brains have been shattered due to years of concussions, slamming into other people, then just check out what they're doing. They're destroying their leagues, destroying their own livelihoods, wrecking their reputations, giving the middle finger to America, and they're not smart enough to stop. These are superstar NFL athletes who, without the NFL, would be superstar Walmart employees or superstar burger flippers. That's who these geniuses are. But like any liberals, they don't want you to do what they do. Just do what they tell you to do because they're always right. I'll be back tomorrow. Hasta luego.